Good morning, and welcome one and all to this service, this wonderful opportunity to praise God, this wonderful opportunity to give thanks for our lives, to give thanks for the life of Jesus, especially today. So I just wanted to do a little introduction right now because we're starting a new series. And this summer we are going to be taking a different kind of church journey because the times in which we live and the culture in which we live beg us to be clear about what we believe and why we believe. Like it or not, faith is a part of the conversation on the national stage. An expression of faith which is very different from our own is taking rights away from people we love and putting their lives in danger. And so our tendency is to yell separation of church and state and debate whether faith should be a part of the equation or not. But if we are silent, or if our response is a simple, that's not what we believe, then we let others speak for Christianity. And our life-giving experience of Christ's love is not a part of the discussion. So I want to just take you through, since this is the first Sunday, I want to take you through a simple experiment to illustrate why we are taking a deeper look. Each one of us has a different experience when we think about traditional Christianity. You have your journals. You all got journals, and you have the right to, you can take those with you, bring them back week to week. These are for your own thoughts, for jotting things down. If you prefer to leave them here because you're going to forget it next week, I think we have a basket for that somewhere in the back. But keep these journals throughout the summer to write down your thoughts and say, you know, I really disagree with what she said this morning. I really agree with what so-and-so said this morning. That's what we're doing for the summer. So you have your journals. And you can write it, or you can just notice at this moment, because I'm going to say some words or phrases that we use all the time, and I would like you to notice what your body does when you hear those words or phrases. I want you to notice your first emotions just based on those words or phrases. And then notice the first thoughts that come into your mind. And let me pause for a moment, because if anybody feels like this is going to trigger something that's not good, you please feel free to step out, and nobody will be offended or think any less of you if you choose that. So are you ready? If it helps to close your eyes, you can do that. Whatever. Just notice what your body does. Salvation. Washed in the blood. Died for my sins. Grace. Sin. Righteousness. Born again. That's enough for Sunday. Some of us have visceral reactions to some of the words and phrases, sometimes based on one single negative experience and sometimes based on what we were taught as adolescents and what we think those words mean, sometimes based on how we have heard them used in the world around us. How many of you have have a roll your eyes reaction when you see John 3:16? Big posters in the ball field, right? John 3:16. It's like everybody's supposed to know what that means. Right? But it doesn't have to be that way, right? Remember that we are an emerging people. What we think we know about the sacred, about God's creation, about humanity, about our faith continues to evolve and grow as we continue to understand more and more as we evolve and grow. So this summer is an opportunity to let go of all of the lingering baggage from our old faith so that our new and hopefully deeper faith can come forth. It is an opportunity to build on a new language so that we can be really clear that all that we are and all that we believe, and as best we are able, all the choices that we make are rooted and grounded in the experiences of our Hebrew ancestors and the story of Jesus Christ. So if you're ready, take a deep breath and remember that the Spirit of God is in this place, filling us to our core. And let's begin by singing a couple songs about faith. And you can sit or stand, whatever makes you comfortable.
Deep 1:1 to 2:3. In the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth was a formless void, and darkness covered the face of the deep, while a wind from God swept over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day.
And God said, "Let there be a dome in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." So God made the dome, and separated the waters that were under the dome from the waters that were above the dome. And it was so. God called the dome sky, and there was evening, and there was morning, the second day.
God said, "Let the waters under the sky be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the waters that were gathered together they called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth put forth vegetation, plants yielding seeds, and fruit trees of every kind on earth that bear fruit with the seed in it." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seeds of every kind, and trees of every kind bearing fruit with the seed in it. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the third day.
And God said, "Let there be lights in the dome of the sky to separate the day from the night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be lights in the dome of the sky to give light upon the earth." And it was so. God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night, and the stars. God set them in the dome of the sky to give light upon the earth, to rule over the day and over the night, and to separate the light from darkness. And God saw that it was good, and there was evening, and there was morning, the fourth day.
God said, "Let the waters bring forth swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly across the earth, across the dome of the sky." So God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that moves, of every kind with which the waters swarm, and every winged bird of every kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and that birds multiply on the earth." And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day.
And God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures of every kind, cattle and creeping things and wild animals of the earth of every kind." And it was so. God made the wild animals of the earth of every kind, and the cattle of every kind, and everything that creeps upon the ground of every kind. And God saw that it was good.
Then God said, "Let us make humankind in our image, according to our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the wild animals of the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth." So God created humankind in their image. In the image of God they created them. Male and female created them.
God blessed them. And God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth." God said, "See, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit you shall have them for food. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has the breath of life, I have given every green plant for food." And it was so. God saw everything they had made, and indeed it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day.
Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all their multitude. And on the seventh day God finished the work that they had done, and they rested on the seventh day from all the work they had done. So God blessed